Not now, maybe.
Now we'll be like, well, I'd love to say that I'd leave you to your privacy, but really this is a matter that involves me. Don't forget that I was a part of the part of the blowback as well. Those roses took quite some time to grow and mature. And having myself violated like that, well, I don't really wish to just let you off with a slap on the wrist.
Yes, we're all involved in this. And a lot more people who didn't need to be are also involved now.
But I suppose talking here in such a public place with people still milling about, although Boy Genius's ways of keeping them apart is working, I don't suppose he plans on doing that for another hour.
Mr. Sugihara shouldn't be long.
Perhaps a more neutral meeting place then. Perhaps near this place where this, what did you call it, a rift has actually formed? So you can understand the scope of the situation and what exactly is up with Iger.
Rio?
Yes.
Are you fine with this?
Absolutely, we need to move now. After all, her case seemed fairly severe. He's just gonna glance at Ryu. I don't suppose you're intending to make a run for it, are you?
Of course not.
Oh, excellent.
The fact that you have such confidence still unsettles me. It seems that you're not used to being corralled.
No, I just have, well, I suppose thanks to the more effects that I've had thanks to your friend, I just feel like I am the way I used to feel. And that just makes me more of just makes me care less.
I suppose you'll all have to thank Iger when we get back. Otherwise, we'd probably have a raving lunatic on our hands. At least he doesn't have strong access to any of his magical capabilities, and I doubt he had many emotions to begin with to be restricted.
Maybe lunatic, maybe not, but cruel sociopath, definitely.
Well, you wouldn't have to worry about the magic anyways. I find that all a bother.
Charming. And
besides, Vitala's not going to help me in this situation. I suppose he considers it a learning evidence after the fact that he didn't like that I was willing to risk the shadow damage to help your friend.
Touched. I'm sure if you let your moral capability lie solely on your demon, then, well, you can't put the blame everywhere but yourself.
Who says I'm trying to blame anyone?
Well, first it was the bag, and now it's your Vitalo, and now it's Iger for ambushing you in the first place.
No, I said the bag is what caused the effect. The fight was caused by Iga, and the reason she did it was caused by me. I knew this was going to happen. I just, well, did not expect the outcome that I had.
It seems you're the only person who knew then. But anyway, we should probably make our way back to the academy. At least that place has a bit of a stability behind it.
Right.
And I suppose you'll have to call another taxi. Or if anybody's at the school, pull you through a Jeffrey. I mean, if you know,
right?
If you have any friends,
we have lots of friends.
What I miss?
Oh, we talked.
We're heading back to the school.
Alright.
Capital punishment.
So there's a couple of options. Akira or Ryo could call Chiba to pull him back through the Jeffrey.
Well, we already talked to Mr. Sugihara.
Yeah, so we can get Sugs.
Oh,
Naomi can call Jury, but she wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah, let's get Sugihara.
Alright.
Kira will. I mean, I guess Ryo probably was calling him, so he'll just update him and be like, no, we'll actually pull us through.
Yeah.
Alright. So I guess you'll go to... Is anybody keeping like a close body distance to Ryu?
What, to make sure he doesn't fucking do anything? Of fucking course.
I believe he's absolutely not gonna run away, but still, gonna keep my eye
Actually,
on
just
him.
to be fair in all of this, Ryu will offer him the armlet.
The armlet.
Yes,
Oh.
the thing that holds his weapons.
Oh. How considerate.
I guess,
take
yeah,
that.
Raph will stay with the honor guard. Or the unarmored guard.
All right, so you'll go to Jeffrey, and you'll see Sugiharu's carrying his briefcase, and he's like, "Ooh, hey guys, whoa, what? You're a bit tied up there, you. Everybody looks a bit depressed."
Rio, you can probably put in better words than me, Raph.
Right, of course. Situation at present is that an incident has been caused by Ryu, one that we tend to disagree with, and that, well, we needed to get back here to have a more neutral place to talk so that we could figure out the situation. Long story short, there's been a fight caused by actions Ryu has taken, and the outcome was not pleasant for the other party. And we believe there might be something to do, but also, we believe Ryu might be a wild element at the moment.
His previous actions aren't exactly rosy either.
Right. Well, I suppose I should go see Miss Shimoda myself then. At least. Well, I'm no doctor, but when it comes to more psychological elements, I'm able to at least get a full grasp of things.
That would be a
Yes.
relief.
I
Good, Professor.
I still have Karu's little lion that she made for me. I actually hand it to him and goes, in case this helps.
He'll be like, "That's so cute! This all got his little tiger claws.
Yes.
Lion.
Claws."
Your expertise is quite required, Sensei. Shax mentioned this had something to do with shadows.
The
Shadows.
lion helps you succeed if you feel that you might not have been as accurate as you had hoped.
And you'll say that is quite troubling. Shadows only really appear when an event in history is going to be, well, catastrophic in terms of its mark upon people.
Beautiful.
So it's when it's mark upon people. Is that why it spoke with my voice?
Huh? What was that, Ryu?
Nothing.
Right. Well, there will be a matter of confidentiality, so I'll go see to Shimoda. Head to the classroom, and I'll be back in a moment.
Right.
And so that will be you guys plus Shizuka and Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi will just kind of sit on the desk, like crossing her arms and looking worried.
I was gonna stand in the corner of the room and kind of kneel against the wall. Not kneel, lean.
Kira's still just standing at a not so far a distance. Just like real tensed up.
Well, I mean, Naomi's kind of like Kaharu, right? So I guess it's alright if she knows, right?
You can bring
Naomi
Kage
will
out.
be like,
That's
please.
an offensive way of putting it. But
You can bring
yes.
Kage out, it's no problem.
I mean, it's a problem for me, but I mean, this is...
If you're willing, of course.
Right. I mean, yeah, I'll do that.
Just look over to her for a sec. You're good with this?
I mean...
Honestly?
I mean, it's only... I mean...
It was your idea, Shizuka.
Kira's gonna... Can I get the understanding roll going, Jess? I hear Shizuka hitting her fifth stutter. That's around the time I break this shit out.
Yes. I mean, she's worried Naomi's gonna, like, spread, like, the whole, hey, you have alternate universe versions of yourself to people.
Naomi,
Yes.
you'll keep this under wraps, please.
I suppose we can do a deal.
A deal. What is it?
But
Great.
given the emergency status of it, I'll just call in a favor later.
Fine. Do it for me then, okay?
Shit.
All right, and Suzuki will be like, "All right, and don't just promise not to make no wind in the room, okay?"
Right. Okay.
All right, and she'll just kind of like go into the other corner of the room, and you can kind of see like her hair grows longer and her clothes kind of like dissolve into shadow matter. Or if Akira's looking, I don't think anybody else is.
Yeah.
And you'll see that she's actually she's a tiny bit shorter, but
Kages?
yes,
Hmm.
people were midgets back then.
Alright. Fuck your science.
And shitty science.
Thanks,
And,
shitty science.
and she'll be like, huh, what a peculiar room.
It's a class room. You're not from around here, right?
No, not from this era. But it seems like everything is buzzing with mythology. A new layer though, white painted on.
That's all well and good, but I assume you know why Shizuka asked you to come out.
I can see things through her perspective, even though I have my own knowledge to aid me.
Right.
Yes, I do believe that you're dealing with an outbreak, from what I've gathered from your conversations.
Something like that.
And she'll just kind of look towards Ryu, and she'll be like, "Huh, strange. You seem to be fine, at least on
As opposed
that."
to.
No, I can feel the faint traces as if the shadow was manifesting, but it's been quickly wiped. Is it so? Would anybody like to explain the situation? I didn't really get much apart from help.
Right. Fucking Shizuka. Right, okay. Yeah. Akira will do her best to summarize it coherently.
So your friend is trying to generate her shadow self, then?
Shadow self.
Yes. There's the shadow self, and then your persona. Shadows are more base in their nature. They come from raw and primal energy, while your personas are refined and they have their stories well cemented within them. And shadows are simply emotions and magic and raw grit that wishes to be melded into a story.
And you can meld shadows into a person.
Well, I don't have the same abilities as I do back in my true period, but I am able to manipulate shadows to at least interpret their screams and what story they're trying to tell.
Do you think it'd be helpful?
As a visual guide, sure, but as to actually healing her, well, I'd have to see the severity of her state.
Right. I suppose she's down at the nurse's office.
I see. Well, I suppose I should make my way there if anybody wishes to escort me.
And Akira will look around and say, I can trust you guys will be fine here without me.
Yeah.
Right. I'll lead you there. Don't walk too quickly or windily or something.
Oh, Well, I am in quite the unusual dress, I suppose. But I've no need to be ashamed of my body.
That wasn't exactly the concern.
It wasn't? That seems like a concern this Suzuki would have.
For her, right, yes. That's the concern she has.
I suppose it would be much to her chagrin that I will need to access my breast if I'm going to read the shadows.
It'll at least be in privacy.
I do believe that your mentor will be there.
Maybe he'll step out of the room. He's not a bad person.
Please, if you could talk and walk.
Yes.
Alright. So you guys go over to the nurse's office. Sigihara will be like his microwave is like you can see a piece of Iger's jewelry in the microwave.
Is that safe?
And he'll be like, yes, it's a microwave only in its conception.
Right. Okay. So, this is Kage.
Oh, you look like Suzuka.
Yeah. She's gonna help out with this.
Oh, is that are you her aunt? I don't think Suzuka had any other, living relatives.
It's something like that.
Oh, well, I suppose I shall keep my questions for later. I was just finishing up my analysis.
How is she?
Oh, it's not good. It seems like she's been inflicted with this mutated shadow for about a week.
A week. God damn it, Iga. You should have said something.
Oh yes, it's developed. It's more than just a single emotion. It seems like it's a compact press of more than one. It's like a version of herself is forming within her.
What's it gonna take to clear something like that?
Well, if we know where the origins of these shadows manifested, we might be able to unfold it. But it's not from this, well, can I say, like, time?
Huh?
It's not from this, like, current period. And Kage will be like, that's because it's not from this period, it's from the future.
Right. A rift, then?
Yes. And
can you do anything to help her at the moment, Kage?
And when Kage said it was from the future, Akira's reminded back with the Kishu when she met accomplished journalist Fugi Kage.
Fucking all the titles. The future. I think I know what future it's from.
Oh, I wasn't able to divulge. All I know is that it's very much related to this city, but that's all I can get. The shadows are so entwined together, I can only pick out one, but it won't tell the whole story.
Would getting her help us navigate this? Find a place, seal it up.
Who is her? You have to be a bit more specific.
Sorry, another one of you, another Suzuka.
Well, from my residence within her fort realm, there is the hapless male and the adult. So I'm assuming you mean her.
Yeah, her.
Hmm. Quite an interesting conversationalist, that one. But
Right.
when it comes to this future, well, we'd have to see the rift ourselves. But well, yeah. So I guess if it comes to the future, then she's very much more of an expert than I am. But when it comes to shadows, well, I doubt there's another priestess within your current timeline, since shadows were meant to be long dead. At least at least the era.
Right. Right. So we need to stop whatever sending these things out to help Iga.
Basically, if you solve the root of the shadow, then the shadow should dissipate. It's as if it's a fog, and you need something to clear the fog. Then you'll be able to see clearly again. How it is you clear that fog? Well, it depends on how the shadows formed in the beginning.
Right. So we need to head to the rift.
If these shadows came from this rift, then yes, that's the only place in which you'll be able to solve them.
Well, they had to come from the future, so it's got to be a rift.
And the Sugihara will be like, he'll just pop his head around, and he'll be like, future rifts. Hello?
Thought we told him at least about rifts, but maybe fucking forgot.
How we didn't.
Sugihara, we'll have a lot to talk about, I'm sure. But
Well,
it's just been a lot going on.
there's not much else we can do. I've taken one of Iger's possessions, so that though it won't stop the process, but it will at least pause it.
Thank you. Right. I'll summarize this as shortly as I can.
I won't be able to use the microwave until I take it out, but well, I'm not in any rush to take it out. Don't feel any pressure.
Good, but we'll try to deal with this as soon as we can. There's something like a domain, something like it, I think. Rifts. They're like open gates to timelines, basically. At least here in the city.
A rift mingled in with shadows. It sounds like. It sounds like, if anything, it sounds like the Motherlode. When it comes to the shadows and the things that are dark within our hearts, it's no wonder why it's been so potent. The future is always something to be afraid of. You can always read back on the past, but the future you can never truly claim within your own hands.
I don't know if we can deal with exactly the heart of the shadow issue, but we can at least try and close the rift.
Well, yes. If you close it, then it won't have an influence on this world anymore. And the shadows, at least the main extent of the shadows will they'll make their peace. There will always be scars. You cannot clean away everything.
But we can help, right?
I suppose we'll make our way back to the classroom and reconvene and share this information.
Yeah. Thanks, Sugihara, for making sure Aiga's okay, and I try to give you a more comprehensive catch-up when we solve this.
Right. So you'll go back with Sugihara to the classroom.
Yeah. I assume Kage also is coming back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she would have liked to study the shadows further. You kind of need her.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right.
And Sugihara will be like, well, I'm back. I hope you guys are doing okay.
what's going on.
And Kage will just say succinctly, it seems that these shadows are related to a future of this city. And in order to clear the shadows, you'll need to solve the future. If not solve it, then at least close it so it doesn't have its tendrils within the world, as it is.
I guess fine at the moment thanks to Sugihara, but if we need to stop what's affecting her, we need to shut the rift.
And Shigihara will be like, well, I've paused things. That means that, I've paused her development. So I hope you guys don't take too long.
Right. We won't. But we need to do something about Ryu.
The thing we need to do about Ryu is the reason Sugihara is here.
Yes.
And Shigehiro he'll just kind of look sad, and he'll be like, I'm sorry it's come down to this. If I was a stronger Persona user, I might have been able to mitigate something like this.
We all had a chance to mitigate things.
All we have to do is do what we can, Sensei.
Right. Well, Ryu, I might as well tell you what this implies. You'll be taken to a meeting with the board of governors of this academy, and you'll have to explain things there, and then work out a rehabilitation program.
Right, another one of those things.
And Sugihara will be like, it's not something you would have encountered before. I've been through one of them myself back when I was a rambunctious youth. But if you're basically wanting to cling on to things that you've developed, you might need to start from scratch again in order to, clean things out.
How do they deal with deals?
Sugihara will say, well, we do have advisors from those who have more of a backstory to them with these things. We have, we'll consult with them. But when it comes to deals, from what I've heard, we can't exactly get rid of them, but you can always realign your path.
Right.
What does that entail?
Well, it entails quite some intensive therapy and a mediator.
Well,
It's not a quick fix.
maybe not, but it's something that needs to be done.
I actually look to Ryu. This is going to come out weird, but what is your say on this? Because something tells me all the stuff they're talking about only works if you basically want it to work.
You care what he has to say?
I care what he has to say because it will infect how we respond to it. And I do still treat him as a friend, though I don't understand half of what's going on, but I think I do, and that pisses me off. So I definitely want to save the person that I thought or I think is a friend. How about that?
Fine. I tried to.
And Glinda will tell Akira, and she'll be like, if they mess with his abilities, that means that yours will be coming back.
Kira will just talk back in cat to her. We'll see what happens then.
Well, steel yourself. You might be in for, what drove this person to do what they did.
Right.
Do you?
Well, I have to admit, since I am on the bottom of this end, I have no issue with being rehabilitated or anything like that. I figured it was going to come at sooner or later. Always does.
And Naomi will be like, I I mean, if they could just take away his persona, that would be great as well. But I suppose that's not really something that everybody agrees to.
I think everybody can agree that basically final solutions are for final actions.
Well, don't come crying to me if he actually does kill somebody. You really think him saying sorry to the big wigs and then going through some paltry rehabilitation program, whatever they call it, is really going to fix who he actually is?
That does bring up an interesting question. Who exactly am I?
Please.
This is what I mean.
Desire for power without the opportunity for power is nothing. Desire for power with the opportunity for power is an explosion that can happen. You're somebody that basically doesn't make that, or has made that connection, or doesn't make that connection logically, or however you want to word that fucking statement.
I think it was a hypothetical question.
Look, big theories, ideologues, anything. We could talk about this for a while, but we have to go act now.
And Kage will be like, if the situation is as infested with shadows as it is, you won't be able to just go charging in.
And what do we do?
First, we turn off the vacuum cleaner.
Unfortunately, I can't.
Just
Sorry, I'll
mute.
mute.
Oh, okay.
Give me a moment to think about it. She'll be like, you'll need to at least, you need to be able to at least build up some resistance against shadows, otherwise you'll be taken yourself.
How do we do that?
If you give me some time, I might be able to find some samples of shadows within this city and at least come up with what you call a vaccination.
Right. If you could do that, please. I'll help if you need anything.
If you have, I'll need to, of course, take a view about any emotions that are discarded around the city. There are plenty within these grounds, for example, but they're quickly being siphoned back into the building.
Right. If you need me to help you around the city, I'll help.
And now we'll be like, we'll be able to get some from the concert.
Concert? Oh, right.
And now it'll just be like, Iga would have wanted us to go. She wouldn't want us to put our lives on hold because she got herself in a mess. If we need to do the training, then we need to do the training. Doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as we're dealing with it.
Right.
And meta-wise, it will probably take up until the Monday for Kage to get her shit ready.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously? Okay.
It's what? You don't understand.
It's gonna be a very tense Sunday.
Yeah, that shit has been festering there for like fuck knows. But you can like do like trainee stuff on a Sunday. You don't have to like sit there and twiddle your thumbs.
It's going to be a very tense one.
I'm not gonna let this feeling out for weeks. Oh boy, let's do this.
And Kage will look towards Akira and Shizuka, and she'll be like, "There's still the."
If she can look towards Shizuka.
Oh yeah, to herself, Lamau. She'll look towards Akira and she'll be like, "There's been an emotional disturbance within this city that's been very it's subtle but effective. If you're particularly prey for downswings that can help in generating personal shadows, you must keep vigilant and keep your moods up high. And meth-wise, he's talking about the Kudak effect.
Right. We're dealing with that.
That would explain how the shadows are so intense, even though they're not from your timeline.
Kira just gives this small, just side glance towards Naomi, just like doesn't say anything, just because she doesn't want to say anything. She'd come out too mean. Right. Well, how unlucky for us.
But no, I should go and prepare. It's a solitary task, so I'll be off by myself. I know that this violates an agreement you seem to have come up with, but this is a matter where I must be in complete isolation for it to be the most effective.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Fine.
I believe if you can show me how on this application to set this timer,
Right.
if I do not come back by Sunday evening, then something would have gone wrong.
Gone wrong.
How do I do it? She'll just kind of slap the tablet.
Kira will just walk over and start helping her. Please do this safely.
Do you question my mastery?
No, I just don't want anything worse to happen.
This world is very unfamiliar to me, but this is a subject that's close to my heart. Quite literally.
Right. Just be careful, please.
No, I will stay within the shadows.
That sounds like it should be reassuring. I assume you don't mean literally in them. In light shadows are real. Fucking hell. What shadows?
And like you can kind of see like her clothing is slightly moving, and she'll be like, if you don't immerse yourself in what you wish to hold domain over, then well, you can't really claim to have any hand in it whatsoever. No, when you stare into the abyss stares back at you, Kazuhaya.
Christ, okay.
My life wasn't a pleasant one, but I'm here now and I'm using this body as a vessel. So, but anyway, I'm wasting time by talking with you. At least now you know that there is a way to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I will see you in 28 hours.
Make sure you do.
Before you go real quick, do we need to prepare anything? Anything we can do while we're waiting so that we don't have to deal with it after you come back?
Well, if you harden yourselves emotionally, then that will certainly help. Perhaps you can do some training in that regard with matters relating to the heart. Physically and magically, well, those will help, but it's the emotional shadows that are the most deadly.
Any suggested training routines or just a lot of tea?
She'll be like, well, like taking a good hard look at yourself is certainly the most effective training. If you need to lie to other people, just don't lie to yourself. Secrets are useful, but keeping secrets from yourself, it's foolishness.
Sundays are gonna suck.
But I must be off now. This city is certainly wide, and there's so many emotions that are swirling together that I'll need to immerse myself.
Then perhaps you should make headway immediately.
I look to Shiggy, this is gonna sound stupid, but do we have to come in school on Monday?
Shigeo would be like, no. I'll make sure that I'll give you care packages in terms of your studying from the other teachers. I do have that authority.
Joy. Alright.
He says, I'd love to help you more, but my only tool is currently predisposed.
You're doing enough, Sensei.
Yeah.
Allowing us to do what we need to do in a school like this helps a lot. We don't have that looming over us.
Nami will be like, well, I suppose we're all training then.
Are you going to be in on this with us?
What
Of
do you
course she
think?
is.
Well, you better be thanking me that I'm not telling Jory. She would be, well, let's just say that I'm a very kind and gentle person when it comes to her.
She'd be pissed. Ryu would be dead.
Well, he'd be more than just dead.
Probably.
Probably a generational thing. A couple generations of
Yeah, that's how they work.
Alright.
I mean, that if he ever produces children, probably
Let's
not.
hope not.
So, I guess like in terms of that, we can stop there. In
Kanku
terms of-
Forest.
Yes, Tango
Ooh.
Forest. How are you feeling, Matt?
Sorry, what's going on? I've been doing some cover with this.
All right, I think we're gonna stop for now. Then
You fucked up, Jess.
You did it.
we can continue this on the Sunday because the only person who wasn't here was Chris. So
He doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah.
but yeah,
I mean,
we
I
can-
think
Matt-
we had more interactions with Naomi than we
Session got a bit sidetracked. Whoops.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Witcher to use the bag.
Yeah.
Personally, I did not expect you were going to use a
I'm
nuke in that situation.
really not salty, but I need
I
to
said the bags were really important and
get
to
this
keep
off
on
my
to them.
chest. Like when I heard the text, this probably will be short 2 hours ago.
Yeah, it's never short.
Yeah. I learned a long
Always
time
assume
ago
that's a lie.
there are red buttons in all games, and GMs and players never know when they're touched or pressed, but they're pressed all the time at the worst possible moments for the funnest point of the game or the detriment of the game. I've learned to recognize those red buttons pretty well.
Alright.
Yeah, if
I
I,
said
was a
Saturday
few
was
years
gonna be a
younger,
long day.
I would
so,
put fucking all-nighter, but I'm not that young anymore.
Yeah.
So sorry.
On,
Matt.
on Sunday we'll be starting with the Reiko thing.
Good.
And we'll be going and going and
You
going.
can deal with the complete breakdown of Katsumi.
Yes. I mean, I gave you that thing for a reason.
Yeah, I connected the dots at the very least. I already forgot why the fuck we are going to Tengu Forest in the first place, but yeah.
Tengus.
It's to manage the
Tengus.
Tengus and shit there, and to basically it's like mythopoetic relations with the Tengu clan.
Cool.
Oh boy, got I bumped up my
You're gonna go
diplomacy.
negotiate a trade dispute.
Now, basically, what they're gonna do is like they don't want myths like developing outside of their realm of control.
Like
So
I said,
outside of the Sati.
a trade dispute.
Yeah, basically.
Wait, do we get any XP for this session or
No.
no?
No, we never get
Bullshit!
Tuesday sessions.
This was just a normal session. You just turned this into a normal
Yeah, it
session.
kinda went like that, that's why I asked.
It didn't feel like a normal session.
It's
It-
25
from
minutes
11 to-
before the normal thing.
It
So it
ran
is.
longer than some of the normal sessions you do, Jess.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Like,
basically
that's not a
just 25
complaint.
minutes
I'm just
before the
saying,
normal
like, I
stop
can't
time.
believe you didn't feel like this was the...
Oh.
Fuck! We need to do this more often.
I didn't think you'd use the bag.
Matt, quick question before you ditch out. I don't know if they asked you before. How are your Wednesdays normally,
We
as
did.
opposed to your? Oh, okay.
Normally
No, if we are supposed to end at this hour, then it's not doable. I need to wake up at 7 a.m. And currently it's 15 until 1. I would have to go to sleep at least an hour ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wednesdays will just be like if we need to tie up ends, and I'm not feeling like want to kill myself too.
Got it.
Other than that, Sundays are the
Okay.
We'll just unloosen some ends each time.